I'm going to treat this video as a letter to Deep Silver and Volition. They probably won't see it, but that's the format I'm going to lay this out in. I'm going to explain what we need to be shown, what needs to happen with Saints Row and its marketing, and the urgency, you know, that we need it in, whether it's high priority or low priority. Because at this point, we're in, like, kind of trouble. Because even me, someone who has sat here defending the game, is starting to be a little concerned at this point, okay? And I've tried my hardest as a pure fan of the reboot to defend, sell, promote, and do everything to make people excited for this game and, you know, restore some faith in Volition, but I'm losing faith. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just explain what we need to be shown, what we need to see or told, just what we need in order for Saints Row to not die. Anyway, let's get into the video. Also, before I get comments saying, well, there's still like 8 months till the game comes out, you're just being greedy, you want it all now. Look, the game's hype is an all-time low, and you've spent the last few months trying to build it, okay? That is why I'm talking about it now. I know we have time to be shown this, and that's why I'm going through the urgency thing of when we need to be shown it, either now, in a couple weeks, or in a few months, okay? So anyway, sorry, let's go. You have done a fantastic job showing off the wackier, funnier side of Saints Row. Genuinely, an incredible job, and hats off to you. You've done an absolutely smashing job of it, and that part of Saints Row fan of me is satisfied. But I do like serious tones in games, even if it's just underlying small things that make me go, oh shit, this game's better get real for a second. I've been shown none of that. The closest thing I've seen is when the gang rallies together to watch the boss give a speech, which was basically a couple frames in like a 2-minute trailer. That is not enough. We urgently, and this is a high priority thing now, okay? We need within the next couple of weeks, or even in the next couple of days in these weird video clips you're showing off, some serious tones of Saints Row. I'm not saying like we need it right this second, but we do need it quite urgently, and we need to just see something a bit serious, a bit grounded, and something to get the OG 1 and 2 fans on board with this game just as much as the new fans. Because I would say that at least 50% of the new fans are satisfied. But there's still that other 50% of new fans, which we'll come to later, that aren't. And then there's the entire OG community. Again, you've done a great job showing off the wacky moments, but we need some serious tones, okay? Just show us something that's going to make us be inclined to get the game for the story. Now, customization is something that's not as high a priority for me right now, because customization is something that can be shown to us in time, and we know Saints Row, and they have told us multiple times that this Saints Row is going to have the best and most extensive customization. But I would like to see some examples of that. You've shown us some really cool animated stuff, and again, you've shown us the wacky side of the customization. Why not show us some of the gangster side, maybe like do-rags, backwards caps, you know, hoodies, just basic stuff, you know what I mean? I know it's very simple to say, well, we can just have that when the game comes out, but seeing that might just be the push that gets some people on board with the game. If people can see that they can play as a gangsterish character, they'll be happy, and you know what I mean? I think that comes back to the like gangster tones that we need. Now, this is not a high priority. I put it like medium. We can see this in the upcoming months, but it's not something that needs to be left to the last moment. Please, I can't stress that enough. Don't leave it to the last moment, but we do need to see it within a couple months. It's not an emergency thing, but it's something I'd like to see. Okay, let's talk gameplay. This is important. This is something we should see spanning over the entire time in between now and release. And they're doing a semi-decent good job. But my problem is not that they're showing too little gameplay. It's what they're showing off isn't the gameplay we need to see. But I do think that this is something they obviously are planning for in the future. But if we could just like have a bit more context for everything you're showing, that would be great. So at the moment, everything we're seeing, pretty much since the Game Informer, has just been action-packed montages. I don't need that. That doesn't tell me about the game. Look, while it's cool, it's not getting anyone hyped for the game, honestly. No one's going to look at the things you're showing and go, okay, I'm excited for the game because of this. It's a tricky situation, and I think it's one that can't be solved overnight. But you guys seriously have to work on what you're showing us here, because the gameplay is becoming a bit of a problem, okay? And I think that while you're showing us all this techie stuff, and all these power-ups, and all these weapons that look sci-fi-y, you are losing your core audience. I do not mind sci-fi things being in the game, but you're making it such a prominent feature right now, and we don't need it. And by the look of it, it's all optional. So I don't get why you're choosing to show off the stuff no one wants to see, over the stuff people want to see. You have not yet shown us any sort of gameplay of any gangster-style guns, any gangster moments in the game. You haven't shown us anything anywhere close to the level of Saints Row 2's gameplay, or even Saints Row 3's gameplay when it's at the gangster points, you know what I mean? And I really think we just need to see a little more of that, at least in the future. This is high priority, but it needs to go and expand over the next upcoming months. This is very easy to do, okay? Just show us gameplay that's cool. Show us the robbery scenes. You've given us sneak peeks of that. Show us a bank robbery. Show us some sort of, you know, sticking up a shop or something, you know. Show us something like that that will get the OG and new fans excited. Because this tech stuff, at least for me, and I'm a fan of every single Saints Row, isn't getting me hyped for the new Saints Row. It's actually worrying me because you're choosing to put this on the foreground instead of, like, in the background. Now, this is something that we also should have been shown by now because they are such a prominent part of the game. The characters. Not like everyone else, I'm not too worried about the characters. I mean, it is a concern, don't get me wrong, but if you guys envision it to be great, that's fantastic. But how can I defend these characters when I know so little about them? We need to seriously have some information just telling me about these characters. Tell me why Eli joined the Saints. Tell me why Kevin joined the Saints. This whole, oh, they were in their ex-gang members is great, but what made them ex-gang members? Why did they turn to the Saints? What makes them unique? Saying that Kevin doesn't wear a shirt does not make him unique, okay? It just makes people laugh and not take the game seriously. And I'm not one of those people, but people are doing it, and people can't look at this game and go, I want to get this game, because it just looks like a joke right now when it comes to these characters. So please go in depth and explain to us more about the characters, because that's something we desperately need. Now, the thing is, I could forgive all these things not being shown off by now if you guys could at least just confirm that you're going to show it in the future. I'm sitting here, hands on my head going, oh my god, how can I defend this game when I don't know if there's going to be gangster tones? And I'm trying to say, look, they're going to show off some gangster tones, but I don't know. And I really just need to know if this stuff is going to be here in the future. So if I could at least just get a tweet, a single tweet saying, look, we have these elements in the game and we're just waiting to show them off at the right time. Hold your horses, don't get too mad at us, and it's upcoming, okay? Now let's get into some more things I'd like to see. I'm going to do this quickly and not really go too in-depth on these ones. Interior customization, gang customization. These things would be really interesting to see. How expansive is the world? How far into the desert can you go? Can we have a full-scale in-game map shown off, maybe? Side content. What side content is there? Is there activities? Is there side missions like Saints Row 4? Or is there just main story missions? Can we do these gangs individually, kind of like 1 and 2? Or is it just a set log of missions that we go through mission by mission? I don't mind either way, but these are things I'd like to know. Tell me about the guns. What level of gun customization is there? What car customization is there? Are there any beloved cars coming back? What characters might be coming back? Is there any characters you yet to show? If there is, what characters are they? Will these characters develop throughout the story? All these things are things that we desperately need, at least somewhat soon, within at least the next 3 months, I'd say. Just show us, or at least tell us about them, and confirm that they're there, so I can at least be hyped and defend your game. This video sounds very hate-fueled, but I genuinely love your games, okay? Don't take this as a hater attacking you and saying you need to fix Saints Row. I genuinely am just a fan who wants nothing more than to see this series completely grow and expand in the future and make this new direction Saints Row is going in the best direction. But I cannot convince people to get on board with me with this idea if you guys can't convince them. I do not have control over what you're showing. You guys do. And I can do my best to convince them on what we have seen. But if there is nothing that we have seen that gets them on board, it is your jobs to provide that information for us, okay? The community in game is at quite a fragile state right now. And you guys have the power and knowledge to fix it. It's very simple. It's as simple as going to your Twitter replies. It's this simple. Go to your Twitter replies, and if someone asks to see something, put it on the list of things that are going to be shown off. If there is a really liked response to one of your tweets saying, show off this, then do it. Because I guarantee you will make the community happier. You guys have so much power at your hands here to completely, like, show off features for Saints Row. And it's not that you're not doing it, you're just doing it incorrectly at the moment. Okay, there is a time and a place to show off all these sci-fi gadgets and special abilities, and that's when you've got a fan base behind the game who is hyped to see them. Right now, we don't have that, so you need to show off the foundation of Saints Row. Show off what makes Saints Row completely amazing, not these niches that people will either be happy over or just whatever. You know what I mean? We really need to get a foundation that will get the Saints Row community on board. Yeah, that's my appeal to Deep Silver or Volition. Look guys, you make great games, and I do think Saints Row is going to be amazing, but I think that it's time you give the community that's going to buy the game just something. Or at least, at the bare minimum, confirm that you're going to be showing off some of these features in the future. If you're on Twitter, tweet this video at them. They might watch it, who knows. If you are someone from Volition or Deep Silver, comment down below. I'll read every comment. Just give me some confirmation that what I'm doing is right. Because I am very much concerned that me pushing and promoting this game right now is going to just end in a bunch of people disappointed and angry at me. So if anyone important from Volition or Deep Silver's watching, from me, I wish you the best of this game, and I do think you guys are going to pull it back, and I know you will have the community on board by the time the game comes out, but why waste this like time where you can be building hype in the right direction? If you just show off some of the things I've said in this video, even in my quick fire things, if you just show off some of that stuff, you'll have the community on board. We don't need more explosion shots. We don't need more action-packed moments, okay? We just need context and information. Thanks anyway. It's been AJ.